Hey everybody, so I decided to give myself a perm today. I'm tired of this flat hair and oh my goodness, the weather has just made it. So that is just all humid and just yucky. So I'm going to give myself a perm today. Those of you that know me know that I'm a do-it-yourselfer kind of person. So just look in the mirror and you just do it. And I am a hairdresser, so I've got a little bit of knowledge behind me. And one of those things that I always tell people, don't do it yourself. But I am just in the mood today and I've got a little bit of time on my hands, so I'm just going to do it. Since my hair is color treated, I will be using a perm for color treated hair, of course. Not going to go kinky or anything. The main thing about your perms is to get your parts where they're not too thick. Be sure you put on the right rod and make sure you're using a good professional perm. Alright, so I've got this started, so I will be back to show you the rest. So, got the top done, now one side done, so just to kind of show you. And also positioning of the hair, how you bring it out of the scalp is very important. So you need to try to come directly out, get it rolled tight in place. It's a little bit harder on this side. That's why I showed you this side. And then I'll be back to show you the back. Alrighty, sides are done. And I'm going to swing around and show you the back after I get my first part here, because I still have to look in the mirror. Even though I can't see behind me, I can tell, kind of tell, if my part is even. It may or may not be, but we'll see. I do a lot of it by feel, so that, well, I just know how it's supposed to feel, so that's how I can do it that way. So I thought I'd show you how I do some of those in the back, just so that you know that I'm not cheating and having someone else do them. I can't see what I'm doing. I can only feel what I'm doing. It's a little bit more tricky on the sides. My parts won't be real even because I can't get my full comb in there. Alright, I'm getting her done, you guys. Okay, do not try this at home. These are professionals that are doing this. This is not for you to copy and do at home. Warning, warning. Thought I better throw that out there. Okay. Oh, I'll show you the back. I did leave the bottom because I don't know if I'm going to cut it off or not. But I like this fringe down here flat, but I may decide to go ahead and whack it off. So if I do, I don't want it curly down there because then it'll just stick out and be all yuck. Okay, let's grab some cotton. And did you know that everybody has a thin side and a thick side? One side of your hair is always going to be thicker than the other. Just like everything on your body. Your eyes are not the same, you know, width, length, size. Your nostril holes are not the same. Oh, speaking of nostril holes, did you know that when you're trying to decide which way to part your hair, which way looks best, did you know if you look up, you can see that your nose points a certain way? And whatever way it's pointing, because it won't look the same when you look down. It might look like it's pointing a certain way, but then when you look up, you can actually see the tip of your nose pointing a certain way. That's the way you should part your hair. And I'm going to tell you, 10 times out of 10, it works. All right, make sure I got the right stuff. Waving lotion. Something for the dribbles in case that dribbles. This part is always hard for me because I can't judge it sometimes exactly where, and then of course my hands get all stinky because I gotta feel it. If I'm feeling it, then I know exactly if it's going all the way across the rod or not. Sideways is a little bit easier. You can tell a little bit more. And I'll turn around while I do the back. So you guys can kind of see. So you gotta just feel it all the way across the rod. And then if I have any extra, I just kind of flippantly just, you know, put it on there. My hair really sucks it up because it's a little drier in the summertime because I colored a lot, but I'd also take care of it a lot. Did you know that if you do a lot of stuff to your hair, that's okay as long as you're getting it trimmed regularly and you're using good products on it. You can do just about anything to your hair as long as you don't over-process. Speaking of over-process, I need to set the timer, 12 minutes, and then I'm done with this part. Okay. Okay, rinsing is a little bit harder and a little bit messier. Doing that by myself. Go ahead and take this cotton off. Okay, so then you pat your hair down real good on the rollers and suck out most of that moisture as good as you can. And then we're going to put I'm going to put the neutralizer on. The neutralizer only stays on for 5 minutes, and then I'll be rinsing it. I'll be taking my rods out before I rinse it. Okay, so I'm going to put the neutralizer on just like I did the waving lotion. And before I take the rods out, I'll be right back and show you that. The neutralizer drips a lot worse than the waving lotion because your hair is already saturated with water from rinsing it. So if you ever wondered why the neutralizer drips so much, that's why. And also, to kind of explain how a perm works, it's kind of like the horseshoe effect. So when you put the waving solution on, it's reforming the hair. It's redirecting it, setting it into a form that you want. And then you rinse it off, and the neutralizer is what seals it. So it's like putting your horseshoe in cold water after you form it so that it seals and it is in that position that you want. What makes a perm come out are a variety of different things. Some things that you eat, medication, new growth is the main one because the new growth that's growing out of your scalp is not permed, of course, and so it weakens the hair that's been curled. And you do need to be taking care of your hair and getting it cut every 4 to 6 weeks. Getting it trimmed just a little bit, because if you notice your hair, if you color or you notice your hair growing, it grows from the scalp. It doesn't grow from the ends. So your ends are always in the wind, in the weather, getting the blunt of the brush, the comb, whatever. Your ends are what need to be trimmed off. Some people think that trimming your hair off the ends is making it not grow, and some of them says it makes it grow better. Well, it doesn't. Most of that is a nutrition thing. So the better you eat, the better condition that your hair is going to be in. And of course medication has a lot to do with the health of your hair. But your hair grows from the scalp out, not from the ends out. So it's about 5 minutes. Waiting on the timer to go off, and then I'm going to be taking my rods out. The way your hair grows is just another interesting fact and a beauty that God has provided for us. And He knows every hair on our head. He's got them all numbered. He knows when you're going to lose one. He knows when you're going to grow one. So the beauty of your hair is just the fact that you have it. And how do you have it? You have it by design. Okay, so it's been 5 minutes. I'm going to take these rods out. before I rinse. Some stylists leave them in. I don't want my perm to be extremely tight, and so I like to take it and drop it down just a little bit. First one, because it's going to get lotion dripping. Oh, that's another thing, you guys. When you're getting your perms, do not rub the dripples off. Only pat them, because you can actually get a chemical burn if you're not very careful. Because what you're doing is you're rubbing that chemical solution into your skin, and then you're causing your skin to open up, and it causes a chemical burn. So I've seen some nasty ones when I was going to school, and you know, every time there was one of those that happened, the instructor would bring us over to show us, and it was because the client had decided to rub instead of pat. My towel's down here, so that's why we can't show you with the towel, but just pat that solution off of your face when it's dribbling in your face. Well, I am very pleased. I can tell already that I'm gonna get some height of this, and height is what I want, is because it gets it off of my scalp during the summer, and I sweat so extremely bad that when my hair is up off of my scalp, then my hair stays looking a lot nicer. So, hang on. Got a little drip on my eye. And if you do that, you need to like rinse your eye out real good with water. So I'm getting ready to go rinse this, you guys. Okay, so I've got it all rinsed out, and I've got it kind of towel drying. I thought while I had this out, I'd go ahead and wax my face a little bit before I do my reveal, and we'll both see what it looks like at the same time, because I haven't looked at it yet. I always like to put my Arbonne skin toner on afterwards to calm it down. Hairy faces, we get it, and we gotta take care of it. But you know what? It's all in God's design. We don't have to understand, ouch, why He does everything that He does. We just gotta trust that He does. Ouch. Alright, so I'll get that toner sprayed on after I get my face, or after I get my hair done. Whew, so what do you think? Let's get it picked out and looked at, and then I'm going to be coloring tomorrow. So if you guys would like to see that, let me know. Ooh, look at it. This is one of those really cool brush combs that has little wavies in it. And you see that? Perfect for wet hair, long hair, permed hair. I'll tell you what, it really helps with people that are tangly. Cute, huh? Do you like it? I love it. I need to trim it a little bit. So maybe I'll just do that right now. Let me grab my scissors, because it doesn't need much of a trim, just a little bit. Now this will of course dry shorter when it dries up, but I felt that it was a little long even before I did the perm. So up there, yeah, I think it's gonna be all right, you guys. Thanks for hanging out with me and watching me do a perm. And like I said, warning, do not attempt this at home. This is for a professional cosmetologist to to do this. All right, well, you guys have a good afternoon. I'm gonna snap my necklace on here, and it matches my bracelets today. God loves you. Bye-bye.